So the truth is, but it's a joke that a lot of people have been in on, including a very select group of listeners. So what happens was, in my career, I've done this a few times, where I will get on, and I don't hide it from everybody, but I got on a couple times and said, "Hey, Eddie and I are never building this pickleball court. Like, we will destroy my property."
Yeah.
Like, I don't even mow the yard because I'll kill.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time where I did maintenance and worked on lawnmowers, and then I worked at a marina and worked on boats. But now it will explode if I touch it. I'm so out of touch with anything to do with my hands anymore.
I was so impressed.
Thank you. Well, we didn't build it at all. So we told our listeners, as it's being built, we're going to go take pictures with it because we'd work out and be all sweaty. And then we'd walk over after the crew was done, the guys that would build it every day. And then we would just get on the machines and take pictures. And we told the listeners that were in on the joke, you had to be awake real early in the morning. We said, when you see it, we need you to cover for us. Go and comment like crazy. It looks so good. It looks so good. Because the people that don't believe us will be like, this ain't true, but it's so covered up in comments. So it's funny that you say that because the pickleball court, they did a great job. It looks awesome, right?
It's incredible.
Incredible. So
I thought you did a great job.
Well, your team is actually covering you up too because they said you did it.
They know better.
We walked in and Chris is like, Bobby's got a pickleball court. And I was like, he built it.
With my own two hands.
I said it right out there. I was bragging.
And our listeners protected us, and my guys know. But one of, I guess, two of my friends that come and play a lot, I forgot not everybody knew the joke. I really thought the people that knew me knew there was no chance I was building that thing. That thing would have been concrete, lopsided. It'd have been bubbles. I don't even know how you make bubbles.
Also, I was thinking when they told me that, I was like, how did he have time to build that?
Also a valid point.
Yeah.
But like George Burge, very close friend who comes plays all the time, was like all-city tennis player, right? Also a great athlete. He one day randomly he was like, I just can't believe this is holding up so well with you and Eddie. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's what I would say.
I was like, I can't believe you thought we built that.
He 1,000% did.
Yeah, but George has been playing on it. So Gator was like, you guys really did. These are people that know me and know that there's no chance.
It was so believable.
Well, thank you. So some listeners, myself. I mean, Eddie and I were like getting in the track. I mean, we were getting in like I don't even know what they're called. That's how, no way we did that. So, but it's really cool.
I mean, I was talking to my wife about how it must be so like level. How do you find a level that large?
Yeah,
to like,
it's a great question.
I mean, I was like,
I can let you know after this. I'll take you back and show you what we did.
Perfect. Yeah, it was great.
I think a couple times too, we had posted pictures that we were like, yeah, we were doing this, but we were totally wrong, and even how we were lying about it. And a couple people called us out on it, like that's not how it's done. So we took the post down and changed it real quick. So
I'm so glad you're telling me this because
most people don't know.
We're about 2 months from my wife finding me in the backyard trying it because I'm like, Bobby did it. Yep. I could do this.
You may have broke his heart because when he looked at me, he's like, he built it.
He built that.
And you know, the greatest lies have a little bit of truth. Yeah. We did get the part of the net.
There you go.
Right.
Okay. There's something.
Yeah. And we also admitted we didn't do the lights. We had light guys. We were like, we're not going to lie. We got on. We're like, we're not going to lie. We're building the court, but we don't know how to do We're not doing electricity lights. So we had people come put lights in. So then people were like, well, of course they're not lying. If they're admitting that somebody put the lights in.
Which is one of my favorite parts because I'm a tennis player.
But
and
I didn't put the lights in. I just did the court.
When there's no lights on tennis courts, you're done at 6 o'clock, period. So that was one of my favorite features.
Thank you. Well, I got to admit, all the rest I did, the lights I didn't.
Do we have a drone update?
Kind of. I have to tell you off the air.
Okay. I couldn't understand why you didn't just shoot it with the shotgun.
I did look it up. I did see if I could shoot it.
And what was your findings?
Illegal.
Really?
So the only thing that you can't shoot a drone.
I'm so glad you told me this.
I Googled it because I was going to do that. The only thing I worried about was we have houses near us.
I was going to text you and offer.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I'd have showed you how to build a pickleball court when you came over. The big drones too. Like not
huge
little dribblers, big drones over the house. And so I was like, what can I even do about it? You can't shoot them. Federal law. You can't shoot in the air really, but you can't shoot because you don't know what the drone's doing. Could be the police looking for something. So you're shooting at something you don't know what it is. Even though if it's over your stuff, you can't do it. Secondly, you can call the cops. You can put up signs that say no drone zone, but I don't know a single drone's gonna like see the sign.
But it's your property.
But it doesn't have to be right over to see the whole thing. It can be like on the edge, and you don't own airspace. I learned this. And fourthly, you can launch a counter drone, which is what we did. We bought a drone, and then we started flying it, practicing to launch the counter drone. But then it got cold, and we're wimps, so we
There's a
quit.
counter
So
drone.
would you
there's
just
a
chase
drone
it off
fight?
with your drone?
We haven't done it yet. No, it got
Drone wars.
It got cold. Yes. So it's really we've been
Can
kind
you
of.
put like, what is it, the EMP thing that you should?
No, we're just gonna go take video of it to see what it is and what it's up to. Maybe have a little talk up there.
Or just bump it.
Yeah, it's big. Our drone's like when you buy it on Amazon. That the drone they have is like a VW Beetle.
Like that big?
Yeah. And I will give you a theory once we get off the air that I was told.
Is this like the same stuff that was been in New Jersey? They were the size of a car.
Those are big.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are big. If I say, I don't want to be the guy that pushes it along. I don't want to be Mr. Disinformation unless it has to do with pickleball.
Yeah.
But then I've already let people know it's a joke to begin with. So
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, good to see you guys.
I can't believe that.
to
Okay,
see you,
yeah,
brother.
great to see you too. I'm
Been a
heartbroken
while,
about
man.
pickleball, but
You shouldn't be. Just know you're not lesser because you can't do that. That's what you should take from it.
that's right.
It means you can do it.
No,
And-
that means don't feel like you have to do it.
I mean, I was wondering how it wasn't going to crack and do all kinds. I mean, I was researching.
I got a lot of notes I took while I was doing it. I can pass them over to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
He will try and build it in his backyard.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
I'm not going to now.
Yeah, if you want, do you guys play?
Yeah.
All the time. We carry it on the road with us, but we have like this an outline of a court that tapes down. And so we can get off the bus and play in the parking lot real quick.
Where we're
Oh
at.
yeah, I mean that's what we would do until we
Yeah.
built this
Yeah.
thing. I almost joined like down at Lifetime because they had an inside pickleball court, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'll go do this because the weather was crappy. And then the weather got good, so I never joined. And then by the time the weather got bad again, I was like, I already got a pickleball court. Why am I going to go join?
Get one of
Right.
those tents. Those white tents.
My wife is not gonna. If
What's
I put
that
up,
eyesore out there?
yes, if I put up a freaking
Tell her it's a greenhouse.
dome,
Grow your own vegetables in there.
she did design it as far as like the colors because I would have made it like hot red. It'd been like Arkansas red.
Yeah.
You know, it had flames.
I never
and
thought
crap
about
on
that.
it.
Yeah,
That
it
would
would
have
have.
sick though.
I thought so too.
That would
Yeah.
be sick.
But no, it's definitely the colors that she chose go with the house.
Okay. I get it.
They're classy.
They're aesthetically, pleasing.
So anyway,
God bless the wives.
good to see you guys.
Good to see
Good to
brother.
see you too, man.
I walked in. Were you up all night last night?
Yeah.
Me too.
Horribly.
Normal for me though.
Not-
Not that it's healthy or safe or good. But what's up? What's your story?
I ate something spicy. It didn't go
And it
well.
kept you up.
Chris has
Till
the
4
stomach
a.m.
that's like,
Yeah,
all
I
the
have
time.
to eat like bland stuff. I can't
too.
have spice. And I had a sushi roll and I saw
Oh man.
spicy tuna. I was like, I can handle some spicy tuna. 2 hours later, just cramping up.
You think it was something wrong, or do you think it was just too spicy? Your threshold.
I was coming off of a Bahamas trip where I drank a lot.
Yeah.
So my
He
stomach
also
wasn't
eats hot
already-
fries.
I eat hot fries with no
I'm going to
problem.
throw him under the bus here.
Hot fries are different. That's not spicy food. But I ate it last night, and I was just like, I got up at 5:30 to fly in, and I was like, well, I might as well just stay up and started
So you
watching.
stayed up all night.
Mhm.
The stomach bug got me in New Orleans pretty bad. I now have a weak. I say weak, but I've had like a real bad digestive system.
So do I.
Like
Yeah.
my whole life without really knowing why. Have you been? I've had it like every test.
IBS, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I got it.
So
Whatever it is.
that was the deal for me too.
Since I was like 17.
Yeah, mine since I started going to the doctor, but I didn't go to the doctor till later. But yes, since young, and so I just kind of understood. When I eat food, not only that, when I eat something, my stomach protrudes out automatically.
I literally just had this conversation with my wife.
It's unnatural.
It's immediate bloat.
And I've been ashamed of it my whole life. And I also had my spleen taken out when I was 6. I had surgery, so they had to remove my spleen because I ruptured it. So I have a scar that goes from the bottom of my sternum down to my belt line. And so half my belly button's gone. And what I learned in the past 5 years, I have all this scar tissue right above my belt line. And I've always been really embarrassed of
And
it.
it pushes it out.
And
even
so
more.
part of it is that.
Yeah.
And so, but my digestion has just been awful.
It's horrible.
So I go to the doctor and I got like colonoscopies, endoscopies, all this stuff to just make sure that I don't have cancer. I have a lot of it in my family.
Right.
And I get on Chat GPT, which is AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I'm just going to type some stuff in. because I read there was a story about a kid who'd been to 17 doctors. They couldn't figure out why he was had this chronic pain, and he typed his symptoms into his parents did into ChatGPT, and it said, "Oh, it's probably this or this," and it was. And the doctors did not. 17 doctors weren't able to identify it.
I'm going home to type in so many things.
So and it doesn't mean believe it.
I can't wait. Thing on my toe.
Yes. So I type in, hey, I have a scar that goes from here to here. I have my spleen taken out. If I eat, it automatically, my stomach protrudes.
Yep.
And it goes, oh, well, if you have a scar, I put it in my voice, but it's basically if I have a scar going down, I probably have scar tissue in here that's pushing against my organs that's not allowing me to digest food normally.
Yeah.
Never thought that could be it. The scar tissue. Yeah. And that's why it doesn't work.
Can they clean that out?
If
you can, but
you have to have surgery.
Yeah.
And I told my wife was like, "Well, you have a decision to make."
Again too, though, so.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
She was like, "You have a decision to make." And I swear to God, I said, "Well, I already know my decision." She goes, "What?" I said, "Well, I can't do it now. I got pickleball for like 5 months."
Yeah.
So maybe like next winter, I work on that digestion and get healthy. Then she's like, "Yeah, but you're getting older."
But you're still healthy.
Yeah.
You're in shape. You're doing a great job.
And the good thing is, it's not anything deadly or serious. Right?
My biometrics, I got that. My what do you call like how my metabolic age is 29, suckers.
Oh, there you go. See,
very
29 years old.
How do you find that out?
3 hours of a physical, blood, getting in a thing, wearing this thing.
I'm not letting Chris look his metabolic.
Hot Fries already put him at like 70.
No,
Hot Fries alone. If that's his thing, Hot Fries have drilled him already.
I don't eat them as much because I can't find them anymore. Anyway.
Like gas station Hot Fries.
Yeah.
Like
he loves Hot Fries. 1 Coca-Cola a day.
Hot Fries. Well, now I'm on that probiotic.
Well, that'll help.
I've been on. You're talking to like your freaking twin. I want to do this to see if your hand moves.
Bro, I'm telling you, my stomach is jacked up. I can eat anything and it'll just go bloop.
Same.
And I'm like, I'm not fat. I don't understand why I feel fat right now.
I got so sick in New Orleans. I ate something called a Mustafa. Stamafima. It's a sandwich.
Anything in New Orleans.
From a gas station?
Yep.
I would get acid reflux just going to New Orleans.
Like just flying over.
Yeah.
That's like a taquito from a gas station.
I forget the name of it, but it's some New Orleans-y type sandwich. And we had just finished NFL Honors, which was a TV show on Fox, and super cool. But the Super Bowl, there's nowhere. You can't get anywhere to eat. So we asked our driver, hey, can you take us somewhere, as Eddie and I, we need food. We haven't had dinner. Because award shows are at weird times.
Yeah.
And I don't feel comfortable there because I don't know anybody. It's not like here where I know everybody and I know kind of the food situation in an award show where I know when to eat. It's all foreign. Yeah. So I just show up early and don't eat. And he's like, yeah, it takes me to a gas station. Got so sick.
I would never eat at a gas station.
Me.
Okay, so I think I tuned in on the post where you had to take a bath in the hotel.
So so there were no hotel rooms in New Orleans. So any hotel room was considered luxury just to get a room.
Right.
Yeah.
And so my stomach was hurting so bad.
It's the only thing that makes me
I was going to sit in a hot bath.
1,000%, dude. I do 2 a day.
But he showed the bathtub.
No.
Dude, it's
not good.
Did you bleach it? Did you put Clorox bleaches?
It was like, I don't even know what that was. It was like rust or poop or something. I don't know. It didn't matter. I had to get in immediately. The bath was so shallow that when I sat in it, the water wouldn't even come up to the side of my thigh.
So it's not helping your stomach at all.
It was so shallow. Yeah, I couldn't even like lay down in it. Just the thought of a bath.
That's what I did though. I went in the bathtub for about 2 hours last night and just laid there.
Yeah, that's what
you have to eat at a certain time. Like I can't eat after 7.
My schedule is odd because of the hours that I wake up, so I think I kind of have that built in anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
like if I do, I can't sleep. So.
And that's what happened last night.
No, last night thought I was fine, and then I just ate that around 9 o'clock.
But if he eats,
but why did you eat later and eat spicy?
I didn't eat. I was working and I had nothing to do and like
self-induced, and I do it too.
Self-induced.
Yeah,
totally.
Okay, I feel you. That sucks. I'm sorry.
It does suck. I'm glad I hate that you're going through it, but I'm glad someone else understands that.
Well, I'm glad you're going through it so someone understands me.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
You know
I'm calling you, not him, and be like, I don't know what that's like. I eat spicy food. And I'm like, oh, cool.
How often are you guys on the road now?
A lot.
Yeah. Right now we're finishing up the album.
In one place? Like are you recording the album in one place?
Yeah, here, pretty much. Cutting most of the stuff here. And then we're doing our normal touring, just being out on the road, making money and trying to support the single that's out, Hometown Home is out. And so And we also launched a record label. And so we decided to go back to radio again with a radio tour of sorts. Not really a real radio tour, but going out and doing some radio partnership stuff. And so we've been out doing that the last couple of months too.
Last year was crazy. We were gone a lot.
Because starting something new, you kind of have to start
over.
Yep.
It's tough, man.
So tell me about the label.
It's called Galaxy.
What led to it? What did you not know that you know now?
Well, we were on BMG, and they're great, man. John Loba is a great friend of ours, the head of BMG. And we were talking about how, you have to stream so many streams a week to kind of justify going back to radio.
For them to spend money
it's
on
kind of
you.
the new way.
Yeah,
it's kind of the new way, and we get it. And so we realized that, being the guys that we're sort of born at radio. We sort of thrive at radio, and we wanted to go back to radio sooner than that. And so we decided, John Loba gave us the opportunity to leave BMG and start our own label with BMG as our distribution. And so we're like, man, this could really be an opportunity beyond LoCash. We could sign other artists eventually. And so in May of last year, we started the negotiations, and man, it took us a whole year to get to. It was tough. It was one whole year of just getting out of the deal correctly, like through the contracts. It's starting a new deal.
It's harder to get out of a deal than it is to get in one.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part about getting out of something?
I think you look at what the overhead was, what you owe,
the recoup, stuff like that,
and then to make sure that we could still do this, and we're not going to be. We could take our songs. We got to wait 5 years for the last album, and then the first when I Love Is Life came out, that album was on Reviver, and we don't even know where Reviver is, but we still had to wait 5 years for those songs. Mm-hmm. And make sure that they're all
5 years after the song peaks.
Yeah.
You mean 5 years before you owned the song? Or
we can re-record it.
We were smart enough in our very first deal with Reviver that we put in the contract 5 years after it peaks that we could re-record it and own that master. Not the original master, but kind of like a Taylor Swift inspired, situation. So we wanted to do that, but there was 3 deals with the BMG thing. So we had to have one deal that got us off of BMG as an artist, another deal that signed Galaxy and BMG as distribution, and then a third deal that had LoCash signed to Galaxy BMG. And so all 3 of those deals had to go down at once. And to negotiate those, it took almost a year. It was crazy.
The sound that I hear is just attorney fees.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. That's exactly
when you say 3 deals, and I've had to do different.
That makes my stomach hurt now, actually.
It's tough, but we did it right. And we took our time, and we were writing the album, and Hometown Home was getting set up during all of that. So the minute we signed all 3 of those deals, then we launched Hometown Home. And
I feel like we had all these chips, and we put them right back in again.
Yeah.
So what's the best and the hardest part about the new version of you guys as not only artists but businessmen?
I mean, I think I'm having a little bit more fun because we can control.
So more freedom would be the
we
best
can move
part.
faster.
Freedom is really good, and there's really not that much red tape anymore.
Yeah, this town can be a slow town, and you have to call and get a meeting, and then someone can't make it to the meeting, it gets canceled, postponed 2 weeks, and this way it's me and Chris on the phone, and we just talk, and we have Skip Bishop and Butch Waugh from the Aris to Sony days. They've teamed up with us as managers and as label heads. And so the 4 of us, we call ourselves like a little group text. It's the 4 horsemen, and we're having fun again.
Yeah. And we're dreamers, and they're dreamers, but they're kind of like him and Skip, dream. And then me and Butch, we'll dream, but we'll be like,
And it takes a little bit of that yin and yang to work together.
Right.
So it's good.
So what's been the hardest part? Your own money?
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Money.
Yeah, budgeting.
Family. Telling our wives, hey, we're not going to take this much anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool.
But in the long run,
with the hope of
that's right.
Success. And I mean, it's working.
We were sitting out in the truck today. I don't play very many artists for him because we haven't really been in a position to sign anybody yet. We wanted to get Hometown Home as high as we could, and now that we're in a position, now we're like, okay, maybe we start listening to some demos and we start listening to some tapes and stuff. And so I got pitched somebody last night, and I was so excited to have Chris in the truck and play it for him today. And so I played it for him. He got excited, and we're gonna call the kid after.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna meet with him. We've met with a couple guys, and and not to be anything wrong, they could be absolutely huge, but if they don't have that drive that we have, then that hustle,
Same.
I don't want anything to do with it.
So, Hometown Home, the first single you guys put out under the new.
Yeah.
And I looked. I mean, it's when I was top 10 when I
Yeah.
looked. Where is it? Do we know where it is right this second?
We're at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 7.
Okay. That's pretty awesome.
Man,
It feels good. It does feel good.
what a blessing.
Because you guys have had success. And listen, we're this, again, and here's another like-minded thing. There's been success, but there's, even with me, like I bombed out on so many things, or things weren't timed exactly right.
Right,
And
yeah.
which is where the hustle comes from. So it's not like everything I've ever touched has turned to gold. It's been it's been very much the opposite of that at times. This timing for you guys to have a top 10 song and it's your first one, that's pretty cool, dudes.
Yeah,
It
we're
does feel
enjoying it.
good.
I'm not even going to say lucky because it's not luck. That's pretty cool, though.
We hired a great team.
We did.
I mean, this team is. I feel like Chris and I are quarterbacks, and it's halftime, and people are asking us questions about Galaxy and Hometown Home and LoCash, and we just keep saying this team that we've hired, they are so good. And we got Kerry Wolf from up in Milwaukee. He used to be with iHeart. Love him so much. He's the
a great
VP
guy,
of our
great human
promotions. We got Cheryl Bros. She lives out in New Mexico, and she just crushes. And we got Ray Vaughn. He's a gunslinger of a radio rep. And, we didn't go in regions. Instead of regions, we went with relationships because we're relationship guys. And so we said, all right, Cheryl, who are your strongest relationships? And she said, well, I know somebody in New Hampshire, and I know somebody in Miami. And we're like, that's your territory. Go get.
I called them and have them give your song a chance.
Yeah. And
Instead
she used
of-
to work with Wu-Tang.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing.
And in most labels, you have regions, and that works too. But you have your West Coast, and one person reps all of that, and that's fine too. But we wanted to base it off of relationships instead.
So we're doing a couple things at once here. We're doing the long form, hour long, and we're also using some of this on the radio show as well. So I'm going to ask you specifically about Hometown Home because you guys wrote this with a couple of people.
Yeah, Zach Avin and Andy Albert, awesome.
Were you writing it for yourself?
I believe so. Yeah, they came. Was it Andy that came up with the idea?
Andy had the idea.
And it came out, and we were just, when he talked about hometowns, we're like, oh, well, here's another
A lot of hometown songs.
You know what I mean?
So we're like,
But they kind of turned it, and now one of my favorite songs was that Jake Owen song,
Anywhere With You. Yeah.
It has that flavor. That's the kind of the concept of it. But it's like you're with your significant other. If she moves, you're going to move with her. But hey, just in case, we could make Hometown Home.
We wrote it during COVID, and Andy had this idea, Hometown Home. And during COVID, it was around the time where everybody was taking RVs and just going around the country and sightseeing and with their time off. And he's like, I thought about the word Winnebago. It would be so cool to have it in the song. And so we were like, okay.
Trying to find something that rhymes with Winnebago.
Yeah.
I was like,
and so, as a songwriter, we're trying to, the whole time we're writing, trying to rhyme with Winnebago. Can we get it in here somehow? Never got it in. The song was almost finished. And at the end of the second verse, we were like, okay, we have to get Winnebago in here. And so we did. It was cool.
So did you rhyme Winnebago, or did you Winnebago word and rhyme the word after Winnebago?
we rhymed it.
We rhymed it.
With?
Yeah.
I gotta think of it.
I don't know.
Sing it for him, Chris. Hit it.
Is it in the chorus?
No, it's right before.
Grandma's every Sunday, I love her. I'll drive some tickets back to the field we had our first date. Find a star we ain't wished on yet. Girl, we just won't find our name spray painted under another Main Street bridge. If we hit that road in a Winnebago.
Yep.
You got the
Yeah.
And we all cheered. We're like, yeah, we did
I
it.
couldn't let go of the ego, though, because I kept saying ego every time. Like,
Didn't.
So what's the goal with the song? Do they think, was it top 5, top 3? Like, what are they, because everybody already knows, right? Or for the most part,
Yeah.
they have a feeling where things are going to be.
So we've been in all the meetings.
Yeah.
which was
and
totally crazy, too, because we never
spent a lot of time on promo calls and spending time with radio.
and other labels.
And
when
other
they're going
labels.
for number one
Right.
and shooting
Yeah.
at the same
It's
time.
a wild world out there.
Yeah.
But so March 28th, we are asking everybody to make Hometown Home the most played song.
Okay.
So it would
And
be April 4th?
what's that?
April, what's the...
So that will end on April 6th, and we are going to do the unthinkable and try to go after our first multi-week #1 song.
Well, don't you need 1 week first before you do the multi-week?
You do,
Yeah.
but we
get the
but
1
you
week,
also
but-
have to.
Well, heck, let's go for 10 then. If we're just gonna like throw
See?
stuff out there.
There's
That's
too
what I'm
many,
saying.
There's too much behind us. There's
Yeah.
too much behind
So
us.
at the end of every call, everybody would talk about our push week, and I'm like, guys, is it crazy to think that maybe we could have 2 weeks? And because the song is researching so well, it's resonating so well, and so I just kept saying it and kept saying it in the meetings, and finally somebody else said it, and they're like, maybe there is 2 weeks. Who knows?
I think
We'll
it's
see
the
how it
only
turns out.
industry. I mean, and I talked to the other pop people, like especially Butch and Skip, and they're like, "It's the only industry where labels can call each other and say, okay, well, Blake's going for this week, or so and so's going for this week. We can open up this week for you and make sure everybody gets what they want."
Yeah, it's not like the Eagles called. They were like, "Hey, Chiefs,
Yeah,
we're thinking about running spread in the first quarter." Like
Right.
defensively, you know what?
It's great.
It's odd.
it is.
It's odd at times. It feels a bit predetermined.
Yep, 1000%.
But you do have to get there first.
You do. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
you
get
have
to
to get in
swing unless
Correct.
unless
Get in the box.
yeah, unless you have, we'll call it the credentials to be even fighting the fight.
And still, nothing's for sure. I mean, I hope that's real wood. I don't want to
I doubt it.
jinx it, but
I
yeah.
built that, so
Yeah.
it's probably
I
not
see.
real one.
I know that's real
I
wood.
built that is real one. So another song, and I know it's not the song that you guys are like doing your official push on, but the Isn't She Country, the Stevie Wonder
Yeah.
melody. How do you do that? Do you have to go and get that cleared?
Oh yeah,
What's-
definitely.
Where did that come from?
We're sitting in the back of the bus, and Rob Pennington had that idea. And he's
It
like,
was
I don't
the
know.
last of the songs. We've written like 6 already.
He's like, I don't know if you'd be into this idea or not, but I kind of had this idea. And he's like, Isn't she country? We're like, well, that's kind
I
of fun.
love Stevie.
That's kind of cool. And so we kind of chased it for a few minutes. Then we made a work tape. And then we turned it in, and everybody was like, whoa, this is really different. This is crazy. Maybe you guys should cut this for the album. So then we found out we had to go to Stevie to get approval.
For
And,
what? 'Cause you're not-
Basically his song though.
Yeah, I mean, it's his song.
The
We
whole
just-
melody is his.
but what about like, you have to get permission, but not just Adam as a songwriter? Because that, right? I mean, what's the difference?
Because he can dictate how much of the song he wants.
Yeah.
So he can't,
And he did.
we can't just make him a songwriter. He comes back and says yes or no, and that, and here's how much I want.
I'll tell you how much you want. I don't care. 80%.
I thought it'd be higher. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I did too.
Right.
I thought it would be
I
higher.
was
thought it
totally
was-
fine with it. I was
Yeah.
like, done.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah. And then we were going to go on Good Morning America, and
Really good.
they said,
Pretty good.
hey, would you like to do a second song? Because we were just going to do Hometown Home. And we were like, yeah, we got this song we just finished called Isn't She Country? They were like, oh, you can't do that. Stevie has to approve live performances as well. We're like, we got to find Stevie twice. Like the first time was tough. And then the second time was a little bit easier, but we found somebody that
We
could
performed it
find
and then it got ripped. Oh boy.
Yeah.
They ripped it.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot
think
of-
another song has ever been ripped.
ripped as in.
Oh, hated it.
Well,
Oh, just hated it.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, but I can understand that.
We had way more views on that than any other song.
That
ever,
too.
But
So I got to tell you, Bobby, this is an awesome setup, and I don't know if you remember, but I was on the BobbyCast
Yeah, when it was
a long time
like,
ago.
4 houses ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
you
and
didn't
it was
have room for me. There was no room.
That's right. We only had two
Yeah.
mics.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you've come
Upstairs.
so far. I mean, this is amazing.
Oh, thanks.
This is great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Mostly through fraud and bank schemes.
Well,
Yeah, but
Who's
yeah,
not?
we're
Same
here.
thing with our new label. We're
yeah,
good.
yeah,
it looks great.
we're here. Okay, so I don't know. What do we do? What are we rooting for now? What song to hit?
Song
gonna
hit
do this
one
till-
and then go
We're
with
they're
another
pushing
single.
that March 28th. Let's go.
I thought it was
Number one.
April. You just said it was April.
March 28th is when we push down, and then
Oh, that second
April-
week one was the April.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see
Got
how
it.
it turns out. I mean, we're focused on 1 week, and if the
We get
second
2,
week
great.
happens, then
We
No.
get 10, great.
Great.
But then we're
Right.
fighting.
Yeah.
Then we're fighting people.
And you guys still living one here, one there?
yeah.
Yes. I live in Florida.
How's that been for you? to be in Florida.
I don't know if I'd live anywhere else.
Why did you choose to move there?
A lot of stuff I've told you off the mic, but yeah, I mean, my wife is from there. I have 3 kids, and I wanted to. There's no family here for us, and I wanted a little separation from this industry because this industry will tear you up, and I was not ready. I was just saw myself just anxiety, and I have bad anxiety already. So when I moved to Nashville, or when I moved to Tampa, her family's there. I moved my mom down there, and I just fell in love with that state.
He's
city.
also an ocean guy, a water guy.
I love the ocean.
Yeah, that's it. The
helps.
thing that would suck is the Eastern time zone for like TV and events and stuff. That seems tough.
It's tough, especially when you go West Coast.
Oh,
and then you're back and forth. But I'm telling you, man, it's just my community's great, my family's safe, and it's awesome. I just opened a batting cage down there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Tampa's like my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because we spend a lot of time in different parts of Florida. I like Tampa a lot because it feels the most normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the normal people.
Yes. Very
Like,
normal people.
Just
and
like
go a little bit 10 minutes north where I live, about 15 minutes north, is very normal.
It's
very
also kind of
Tennessee.
great. It's also kind of great because when we both lived here, the industry found a way to use every single day. Like they would find a meeting or something that we needed to attend.
You need to come downtown.
Yeah, so now when he comes to town, it's more efficient. Like we do everything in a day, or we do everything in a couple days, and that's nice.
And when we're home, we can be husbands and dads.
What was the conversation like with your wife when you're like, okay, we're going to start this thing. We're going to have to invest more of us, more of our money, it's going to be more time on the road.
I think they were all about it. Yeah.
My wife still to this day is kind of, she knows me, and she's just like, I know you're going through this trouble, but look where your song's at when it was like top 20. And she's like, just keep doing it. I hate being away from the kids. I'm missing baseball for my son and my girl's cheerleading. And, it's cool because he has kids now too. So we both try to get home as fast. We take the red eye. When there's a red eye, we take the red eye. And that sucks, but we take it.
Or zombies the next day.
Which is not good for the stomach, by the way. Not good for the stomach. Then we do it, and they're like, she's been a positive behind me, like a rock, just pushing me to do it over and over again, because she knows that the chips are in, and we could start to see Danny coming up, and we can actually take
if it works, it's us, and if it doesn't work, it's us.
Right.
And so, you got all of it on your shoulders. And I think we have always wanted to have this label and always wanted to be in a position where we could call the shots. And
I want, like you said, I want to sign some artists, 2 or 3 artists, and be fair with them.
Did you find that removing yourself from where the industry is also makes you not hate the industry as much?
Yes, 1,000%. You're on my page.
That's why I feel like I would like to leave here sometimes.
I started not despising Nashville because I do love Nashville.
Nashville, the city's great.
Right.
It's the tiny little insulated.
Yes, it's like a web.
And I do it to myself because I allow things to bother me. I allow insecurities. I allow, right?
Yep.
But that doesn't mean they're not real.
Right.
And I wonder if removing yourself from it has kind of freed you a bit of that.
It has. I take medicine, antidepressants, and stuff like that. I'm not scared to say that, but I don't know if I need it, but it does help. And now when I'm there, man, and he sees a different guy. I'm a different guy now. I'm just like, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, now you got a batting cage. What is that? Is it like a business? People can come to the batting cage?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Swag Sports.
And who runs it?
My wife.
Yeah, because you ain't home.
Nope.
But now hold on a minute. When he's home, he's there.
I am.
And
I'm there.
every phone call now has the ding of an aluminum bat.
In the background?
Every 5
Constant.
seconds.
Constant.
We'll be on a major business call.
Investor. We had an
Ding.
investor call the other day, and
Ding.
So what do you have at your cage?
I have 5 batting cages and 2 membership machines where you swipe the card, and then I have just started an 8U travel ball team. So because I have so many little kids in there, and I was like, let's be fun for them.
So a batting cage travel team. So I mean, it's your business's team.
Yeah. Well, no, it is now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But-
it's named after your batting cage.
Yeah, and the team will be named after the batting cage. Yes.
Got it.
So
Which is good for Chris because he loves baseball
I love
so
it.
much. And that's
my
another
son's
passion for him.
14, and he's playing ball. He's a stud, man. He didn't start till 11. So during that 8U, he never had that 8U. He didn't play. But now he tore meniscus, so he's out till March or till April. But he loves it, and he's helping coach that team until he rehabs.
Oh, that's cool. Do you have one of those machines? Whenever I was getting ready, because I played in the MLB All-Star softball game this year. It was super awesome. It was All-Star weekend, celebrity softball game. It was like T.O. and Dez Bryant were on my team. Deion Sanders was my coach.
Right?
Kane was on my team. So, you know,
You got MVP.
I did.
Yeah, Kane said that.
It was awesome.
He was like, it's incredible.
It was awesome. So I played a lot of ball growing up, but I hadn't played softball in a long time.
Right.
So I joined a whole freaking league leading up to the game. And I knew I was probably going to get 3 at-bats, but I wanted to, like, be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
So I
course.
joined a whole league. So I played, 10 games, and I would go to the cages, and they had these cages that would say you want it 12 feet, 10 feet, 8 feet.
Yep.
Do you have the, is
Yep.
that,
All of them.
that
Same
stuff
thing.
has gotten, the technology,
Yeah.
what they allow.
It's absolutely insane. You
And I
can
would
do fast pitch, slow pitch,
Crazy.
baseball, speeds, curves, sliders.
It's crazy.
I was blown away. I hadn't been up to a cage in forever. I
Yeah.
leave my hands all blistered. and like my wife knows, I dedicate myself in ways that it's not healthy.
Right.
And she's like, why are you bloodying your hands up and playing in a whole league for 3
Yeah.
months when you're going to go play for like an hour and a half?
That's dedication.
I'm like, because that's an hour and a half.
TV, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
And so that's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool that
dude.
you got like another passion outside
Yep.
of your main.
Yeah, and I think she wanted a job too. Like she was like, she's a mom, she's a great mom, but it started getting to a point where she's like, I want to do something else too. I was like, are you sure? You sure you want to do this? But I think she enjoys it now because it's attached to the cheer gym where my girls go. So she's always up there anyway. So she likes it.
You guys still like music?
Oh yeah,
Not your own, but do you still like music? I mean,
I do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm old school though, man. I like the '80s. I love Frank Sinatra. I love reggae. Being in Florida, reggae is always on my house.
If Chris could just listen to reggae
I would.
24/7, if our album could just be reggae, it'd be great for him.
Yeah, I never got into it, and Eddie loves it because Eddie grew up on the beach. He lived down the valley, but like the Gulf. Valley's Gulf, right, Mike?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's he went here. It's reggae all the time. It sounds like the same. It's almost like when you play dance music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That to me is almost what reggae is, except
Me
I
too.
know some of the songs.
But you have
Same.
to do the cover song reggae. So you put the playlist on iHeart, and you can go on it, and it tells you write cover songs reggae, and it'll play all the songs that we all know,
It's like
from Toto to Michael Jackson to anything.
But I wanna-
in reggae.
to Luke Bryan.
But why would I want the song that I already like to sound worse?
It's not. Trust me. Trust me.
This
You
is
got to
Chris's
listen
world.
to the right
Yes.
one.
It's like, okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
You can do the elevator music too. You know, you
It's-
just have
yeah.
it. Yeah, no. I was just curious. I was looking at this list. I'm gonna see if it's on my phone. It was I do have it here. Forbes magazine top 30 rock bands of all time. I was looking at this before you guys even got here. Have you guys seen the list?
No.
No.
Top 30 rock bands of all time. This is their list. I don't know who. Go pick one at a time. Go ahead.
Top five? You want the top five?
Just pick, yeah, sure. Just we have the
Rock
top 30.
bands.
Yeah, Forbes magazine top 30 rock bands of all time.
Do the Beatles
Of
count
all
as the rock
time.
band?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Beatles are up in the top five.
Beatles are at 2.
I'm saying Beach Boys.
Beach Boys are top 10.
Okay,
Probably.
hold, let me look. I haven't studied this. I was literally just looking at it before you got here. But let me see. You go back and forth until somebody misses. But the Beach Boys aren't going to be on. They're not on here.
They're
They're
not
not
on
in the
there?
top 30?
I didn't make the list, guys. Okay, so whatever
okay,
venom you,
you got-
have. Okay, hold.
You got Rolling Stones.
Okay, so
Rolling
you're,
Stones.
Ro-
Yeah.
okay, Rolling Stones. Correct. Go. Press and go.
Yep. I would say Green Day.
No. Not top 30.
Somebody's gonna put them in
No
there.
way.
Yep.
Green Day not on the list.
Oh
No.
man.
Okay.
Eagles.
Surely they're on there. The Eagles are at number 8. Okay, go ahead.
Man, I might be done.
You get 3
guys.
strikes, you're
I
out.
might just let this. Man, let me think.
All time.
Go ahead, Chris.
Chris is already. It's not his turn.
I got this.
I don't
Go,
think
keep going.
fast like about this stuff. You already have your next one?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Nirvana.
No.
For sure, Nirvana's got to be on there. Let's see.
Has to be.
Nope.
Yeah, 23.
Thank
Oh.
you. Finally, I get one.
You got it. I mean, yes, but I mean, they changed the
They
course
did,
of
they
popular
did.
music, not just
That's
rock.
right.
You're
but
correct.
popular music.
U2.
U2 at 16.
Mhm.
Good job.
Oh man.
You guys haven't hit, according to their list, 1, 3, 4, or 5. Although 5 is kind of cheating, I'll give you 5 out loud. They considered the Jimi Hendrix Experience a band.
Oh wow.
I would have not guessed
No,
that.
yeah,
'cause
I
just
would've
would've
never guessed
him.
I'm gonna say Kiss.
Okay.
Kiss, yes.
Kiss. the most overrated band of all time, comes in. Nah. Oh, they do 26. Good
All right. I'm in the 20s, guys. Most
job.
of my bands are in the 20s.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aerosmith at
that's
30.
a great one.
You
Yeah.
haven't missed yet, Chris. You missed yet.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Okay,
There's
I'm going to go
more.
Motley Crue because I love them.
I love them too, but I don't know if they're top 30.
Come on, Crue.
Nah.
I know.
They didn't make it.
Guns N' Roses has to because they were the most selling.
20.
Yeah.
20. Number one. I'm going to pause. Again, you're missing. I would have put the Beatles at one, guessing. Not my personal.
That's yeah, me neither.
But I would have put the Beatles at one. They're at two. So who's the only? There are probably two bands that could be argued that would be as big or bigger than the Beatles. And I think one of you already said the Rolling Stones, right?
Mhm.
So it's not the Rolling Stones. Who's the only other band in the history of the world that could be arguably the greatest rock band of all time? When I say it, you're going to go, of course.
I mean, it's not AC/DC, but
you like
they're
me
definitely in there.
many nights have had no sleep, and so your brain is foggy as crap.
Yes,
I
yes.
live with fog. It's
Yes.
difficult. That's why I'm not really
bigger than the
shaming
Beatles?
you. No,
Other
I'm not
than
saying
Phil
bigger.
Diffie.
I think the Beatles would be number one, but this band people would argue, and it would at least be two or three. But you haven't hit it yet.
And it's got to be like something that's just right in front
It's a
of us.
4-person band.
I already, yeah, because the Eagles are more than that.
The drummer is dead.
Skinner.
The lead singer is still alive. The lead guitar player is still alive. I think the bassist is dead.
Is Skinner on there?
Skinner would be top 30 for sure.
Probably not. No.
Wow.
I mean, Journey's on there.
Yep, 24.
Chris is good at this stuff.
He's nailing it.
If this was
Okay.
church songs, I could nail it.
You guys literally, you're gonna punch yourself in the head.
Four guys.
Yeah. The drummer's dead, but his son then played in the band for a while.
Oh, ZZ Top.
No.
Son played in the band. Oh, Van Halen.
No.
No? Van Halen's got to be on there.
The rumor was they sold their soul to the devil. And like in a castle.
Why am I for brain farting this?
Guys, I don't know this band.
Mike, do you know who I'm thinking?
Yep.
You have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have it?
The lead singer did a country record with another artist.
Poison. No?
No, did a good one.
Wow.
Oh.
Whatever.
trying to
Brett.
think
I just
who
might-
did
Did
that.
a country record.
With the artist who's is a vocalist, but typically bluegrass-ish. She is
Alison Krauss.
go
Oh, Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Sorry. Jeez.
I still
what was I
wouldn't put 'em
thinking?
I wouldn't put them above.
I would
the
not
Beatles.
put them above Beatles.
Okay, but none of us would. But they're a top 5 band of all time.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I'm gonna walk through some of these. Led
sure.
Zeppelin at 1, and I'm sure this is an like an aggregate of many.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin at 1, Beatles at 2, Queen at 3,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can see
Okay.
that.
Pink Floyd at 4,
Wow.
Jimi Hendrix Experience at 5, The Stones at 6, Van Halen at 7, Eagles at 8, Metallica at 9.
Well, you got to have Metallica.
I was surprised there was no
I
Metallica.
can't believe
guest
I
there.
didn't say that. Sorry.
AC/DC at 10, Fleetwood Mac at 11.
I was never a Fleetwood Mac fan.
What's your favorite Fleetwood Mac song, though?
Don't really
None?
know him, no.
Yeah, you do. You just don't know the titles
Yeah, I
of
just
them.
don't. Never really paid attention to him. Was never.
I
into-
bet you know so many Fleetwood
Stevie
Mac
Nicks.
songs, and you don't even know you know them.
Oh, I'm sure I know him.
You can go your own way.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Though.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
A landslide.
I never liked Landslide.
Down. It doesn't matter. You don't want me to sing anymore. Black Sabbath at 12.
Ooh, okay.
And no
Who-
Motley Crue?
Molly Crew.
I'm
was
gonna take this
was kind of a
offensive.
novelty.
They were a glam band.
They
They're
had
fantastic.
huge.
Yes.
Fantastic.
The Who, The Doors, and The Clash. 13, 14, 15.
Okay, Doors I could see. Who
Who I can see Clash is a little stretched.
Class
15.
is a stretch.
That's
To
a-
beat the Beach Boys, come on.
U2 at 16.
I thought they'd be higher.
Was never an Iron Maiden guy. They're at 17.
Iron Maiden and no Crew.
Hey,
They were like
Preston,
the-
Motley Crue did not make the list.
I cannot believe
I'm going to
this.
give you like 8 more, and
You know what?
They've all been selected over Motley Crue.
I think this is aggregated by one
Yes.
person. It's their favorite band.
It's an opinion.
Rush, I think Rush is extremely underrated. I'm not mad.
I like Rush.
I'm not someone who will go and chase down Rush, but
Right.
when I will look at their body of work and listen to them, Rush to me is like Styx,
yeah.
where it's like, holy crap. Like,
I think Rush and Pink Floyd have that artsy feel.
same with Styx to me, except Styx is like a band of studio musicians
Yeah.
that were
Yeah.
so freaking
Yeah.
elite. But I missed them. They weren't my time, and I never will like chase Styx down. But if I hear like 2 songs, I'm like, go look at the library. I'm kind of blown away.
Yeah.
At how good they were. Rage at 19, Rage Against the Machine. Like that's
Wow.
that's
Yeah,
me.
they're
Rage,
great, though.
Rage is me. Guns N' Roses at 20, Heart at 21.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Miss me.
Okay, I'm sticking
Cream's
my
at
mouth shut.
22.
Nope.
I mean, Clapton was in Cream. Does that matter?
If it was Clapton, said it makes more sense.
Nirvana at
but
23, Journey at 4, 24, Radiohead at 25,
Radiohead was good.
Kiss at 26. I think Kiss is so overrated. I know when you guys say Kiss. I don't even think Kiss is that good. They didn't wear makeup. They have a hit and a half.
It was brilliant that they did, though.
Oasis at 27.
I wouldn't have went there.
God, they were so big.
So big.
Like
Who?
Oasis.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have went there.
My wife is 11 years younger than I am, almost 12. So she missed Oasis. I didn't. I was right in my wheelhouse. And Oasis was going kind of viral-ish again because the brothers had said, hey, we're getting back together. They're going to tour this year now. I think it's this year.
Yeah.
And so they were all over TikTok. And then my wife was listening. She was like, you want to go to England and watch their first show back?
That'd be awesome.
So she kind of
That would be
like
cool.
became a fan because they re-emerged.
Yeah.
Tool at 28. What Tool was a little aggressive for me. Like,
Super aggressive.
There's some schism. I can take some schism if I'm like going to walk out to something. I don't know. I don't wrestle or anything, but if I did,
Yeah.
29 ZZ Top
There you go, ZZ Top.
and Aerosmith at 30.
30. God, Aerosmith should have been way higher than that.
The thing about Aerosmith that was interesting to me was they never had a number one until freaking Armageddon. song.
Crazy.
Right.
Yep.
But look how long they've been around.
Oh,
The
yeah, for
70s.
sure. It's the late 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Steven Tyler, the first time I met him, I don't know if you guys ever met him. He was so nice. I met him 2 or 3 times. Then I ran into him at Disney World once. Which was, and he remembered
Randomly?
Me. And sort of.
Was he at his place with
Okay,
that thing?
I'll give you a mid flex because it just sounds weird running into Steven Tyler. I was working for Disney. I was doing American Idol, Dancing with the
Yep.
Stars. So they send you with you get to break all the lines.
Oh, cool.
You
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
you have a person,
Yeah,
and then all those people they put you together if you're near each other. And so I get lumped in there with Steven Tyler.
That doesn't suck.
And he's like, Bobby, and it's so nice. It was so nice.
That's awesome.
Did you get on his ride with him?
No, we went to different rides, but we were kind of walking through that same area.
That would have been surreal, though.
But they went from
What, he has his own ride there?
Yeah, dude.
his own ride. They did have Aerosmith.
Yeah, they had
right?
Aerosmith. I think they just
Was that at
changed
Six
it to-
Flags or was that at Disney?
That was Disney.
Was it?
It used to be MGM, Hollywood Studios.
Chris knows Disney.
Yeah,
But is Hollywood Disney?
Hollywood's Disney. Hollywood Studios, Disney, Animal Kingdom, Epcot.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We didn't get on his ride. I never rode his ride, but
It's pretty cool. It's a good
He
one.
could be.
It's
He
called
could
Rock
be
and
a
Roller
VIP
Coaster.
host.
it is.
He could
It
just
was.
take people on tours.
They started in like the late 60s, but he talked about how Freddie Mercury Queen opened for them, and Freddie Mercury
Oh,
riding
wow.
in the front of their tour bus.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like that's how long that they've been an entity.
That's wild.
And their first real number one wasn't until Armageddon, and they had massive albums and massive.
But
rock
they rank
songs,
him at 30.
But
This guy.
these
did.
people,
Yeah.
whomever these.
Who are these?
No
people?
Bon Jovi.
Oh, shoot.
I
No
think
Bon
you
Jovi.
could have argued Bon Jovi over some of these.
How in the hell is Bon Jovi not on there?
I'm gonna start an alternate list
This is crazy. We got to do
of
something
some
about this
real
list.
runner-ups.
And you can do that.
And this is Forbes that did this?
It's like a group of music writers at Forbes when they
Wait.
combine. Yes,
Did they base this off of how much they made?
they based
Because
it,
it's
no,
Forbes.
They based this off of how irritated you'd be. They weren't Motley Crue. No. I don't. No, it can't be because if you're looking at money, these bands are from 10, 20, 30, 40 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
Then are they adding inflation? I think they just probably wanted to write an article to get
Yeah,
clicks. And if you
probably.
want to get clicks, have an opinion.
Right.
And then purposefully put something in there that's a bit outrageous
Yeah.
in a list, even if you don't mean it, so then people can tell you how stupid you are, but you're only doing it for engagement and clicks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's putting the Clash of 15 to me, and not
Yeah.
putting Motley Crue in according to Preston.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do
Or
you guys?
Bon Jovi at this point.
I was never a Bon Jovi guy.
No?
Not really.
They were huge though.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. What do you guys do like the rest of the day, and then how long are you in town?
We got the Opry tonight.
Oh, you got to get some rest, huh?
Wild Turkey rest. What is that? My kids are flying in right now, so I'll pick them up. We're staying at the Opryland, which would be great.
We got 2 hotel rooms with the suite in the middle, like the little parlor room in the middle, so all of our kids could play together.
Yeah, like
And
my
so-
little ones are his little ones' best friends.
Yeah.
Like they are, put them together in their party.
And then we can just go do what we got to do, and then come back and order pizzas, whatever.
So you guys still like each other, huh?
Yeah, man. That's the main thing that everybody asks us. They're like, man, do you guys argue? We were doing some interview, and they're like, what was the last argument? I'm like, we'll disagree with something, but there's never really a fight or an argument, or I think we know each other by now, and we have the same goal, the same vision. We hustle together. And I also think that me moving down there also made me a better person. Not that I was a horrible person, but I was just, how it is up here.
But
just
also,
getting like
we've
that.
been together a long time, and so when he went to Florida, it kind of gave us a little space.
Yeah.
And makes you look forward to, hanging out again.
We
And-
talk 10 times a day.
Yeah.
Well, now that you're running a business together too.
Yeah.
What's in the bag? Did you bring a gift?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
We got you some stuff.
I'm literally.
Well, we're doing a trade because you're getting.
I didn't know
you're
what
getting
this was,
that.
but I'm wearing a Cubs cardigan. I'm a massive
Yeah,
Cubs fan.
it's sick, too.
And this, I had no idea. Is that something Cubs related?
So it's Cubs related, just like last time when we were on here. And
Our buddies
so I don't
run
want to tell you too much.
Baseballism. You ever heard of baseballism?
I probably bought stuff from it.
Yeah. Our buddies.
You don't want
own
to tell
that.
me too much. Do I need to pull it out in an order?
Well, that one's special.
Oh, this is cool. What is this? This is Beach
That
Boys
was-
by LoCash. Oh, this is that's awesome.
And that's our song with
signed by Bruce and Mike.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know it's your song.
Yeah. Well, you played it.
Yeah, that's
so.
all. This is awesome. Oh, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
man.
Thank you. And so, which one do I pull first? Blue or
Do blue first.
Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, this is a sick jacket.
Yeah.
This is got either go to Wrigley and wear it because it's kind of cold,
Yep.
April, May
Could
there.
rain.
Yep.
Or put this on before I kick their butts in pickleball before it gets
Let's go.
warm again. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you guys. That's
I mean, it's
super
not as cool as your
You
cardigan.
could have put a Cubby Bear inside the pickleball. That would have been okay, right?
Oh, that would have been awesome.
No?
I was lucky to get the court to back
Yeah,
there, if
yeah,
I'm being honest.
It's a little stickered. Put it
Got a
out
little
there.
leather here.
So, baseballism and a little hygiene travel bag. But
Oh,
when you
that's
open
cool.
it, check it out. It's pretty awesome.
So it's a.
Yeah, it smells like a glove, too. So
And it's all Cubs interior.
Oh, that is cool. That smells like a baseball glove. That's
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's super.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Super
Yeah,
cool,
man.
you guys. Congratulations. Just like generally speaking, I guess I'll speak from the point of view of someone who respects that you guys are building something. The risk that takes. A lot of people don't do it because a lot of people get scared of the risk, and with the risk, there's reward, but oftentimes there's many setbacks before the reward.
yes.
So a lot of respect from me to you guys
Thanks, man.
for just taking the shot at it,
Yeah.
even before any success happens. But even to have like your first bullet like hit,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
dude, that's kind of crazy.
It's pretty awesome. We're getting calls from other labels, and they're like, well, what are you going to do with this label? And we're like,
Like as hustlers, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That because I'm not nothing is lucky about this, and I'm not surprised it worked out. But just the odds of the first one,
yes.
working-
yes.
I mean, here we go.
the first one working out on a major
I
label
know.
doesn't happen a lot of times.
I know, it's wild.
It's pretty crazy. And I mean, the funny thing about this song, when we wrote it, I mean, when you just feel something, man, I felt this song no matter what. And then while we were leaving
He really
BMG,
pushed for this song.
when we were leaving BMG, Loba's like, play me something. We played him that song, and he's like, where's this song been? I was like, well,
We turned it in 2 years ago, but I guess it never made it to you. And that's the trouble with sometimes with big major corporations. You know, you turn in music and
Not everybody's
going
gonna
to
hear
in
it.
the muddle because there's a lot of great songs. Nothing against them. I got to take it back though before we go, because when I think of the name Bobby Bones, I think of
On the
being
bus.
in Augusta, Georgia.
on the bus.
We're on the bus. You're right there with me. All right,
Bro,
we did not
scream
rehearse this.
so freaking loud, dude.
I'm asleep on the bus, and I can tell you what bunk I'm in because
Yep.
when the struggle's happening, you're out there on the road, nothing's going your way. You don't have a song on the radio. Nobody barely knows your name, and you're trying to, make ends meet. Chris wakes me up. The curtain flies open on my bunk.
My wife called me.
And he says, Preston, you got to wake up. Bobby Bones just played our song on the radio. And this is what, 2000,
8, 7?
No.
14.
This was more like,
11.
14, 2014-ish. And it didn't even register because this is the hottest show in America and maybe the world. And I'm like, what? And he was like, he just said our name and he wants us to call. And I'm like, no way.
That was
real?
that moment, the Thing You Do movie.
Oh, yeah.
That was that moment for us.
It was like VH1
awesome.
behind the music, right at the darkest moment. And all of a sudden they cut to a commercial and they're like, but when you come back from the commercial, all of a sudden Bobby is there, and it's like, okay, so we go to the front lounge. I'm trying to shake out the cobwebs, and I'm like, well, let's call Bobby. And so I don't have the phone number. So someone sends us the phone number and we call and you go live on the air and you're like, dude, this song, I Love This Life. I'm going to keep playing it.
The iTunes
congrats.
chart went all the way to the top of the chart.
It was the craziest thing ever. And so we wouldn't be sitting in these chairs. We wouldn't have Galaxy. We wouldn't have those things without you. So I always have to tell you thank you for that.
No doubt.
None of that back part's true because you're hustlers, you're grinders. But yeah, no, that's cool. But if it wasn't good, I wouldn't have done it.
Life-changing day for us.
And that makes me, I like that, right? It makes me feel good.
Sure.
Makes me feel, but again, just to put it back on you guys a little bit, it's not like I was out looking to give charity to somebody and you guys got fortunate enough that I drew your name out of a hat, right? Like I heard the song and I think many times it just takes a light shined on something for other people to go, oh, holy crap, this is actually pretty good.
And I've seen you do it for other folks too. And it's just awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. And that song became a massive hit and it was not because of me. It was because it was a good song. I just happened to have a platform that was big and I played it.
And you put the light on it.
But that was it. But that was it. I didn't write it. I didn't sing it.
Those moments are so big. And I always wanted to have that moment as like that Thing You Do because it was such a good movie, especially if you wanted to be a musician. And that was that moment, man. That was that when they all run in together and like, you listen to our song. My wife was screaming when she called me.
I did call you LoCash, and they called them the Oneaters, though.
Yeah.
The Wonders.
That's right.
I could have been like, here's LoCash.
Yeah.
You guys will love LoCash. Here's a band.
We still would have loved it.
Great to see you guys.
Great to see you
brother.
too, man.
Rooting for you guys. You're going to have our support whenever that number 1 week is,
Thank you.
or if you're going 10 weeks in a row. Like, just
That's that, if it happens.
We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
I'll take 1 week.
just
though.
just let me know.
1 week at a time.
Good. I think, was I sick last time they were coming in?
You
Is that what
were.
happened?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dudes. Well, I'll give you one final stomach story. I tore my stomach lining because
do that.
Oh,
it's just bad, right? And so
Yeah.
a lot of pressure. And then it got infected. And that was the last time you guys were
God.
supposed to be here.
Did you have to take that Flagyl pill? You
Dude,
ever
I
had that?
had to stick blue dye in me.
oh,
They had to shoot me with the blue dye so they could find out where the rips were in my stomach lining.
Yeah.
And that's how they find it. They put the color dye in you to then do this.
Wow.
The imaging.
What's that feel? Does it feel like sharp pains?
Oh, I'm glad you asked because I forgot to tell this story to anybody. So the lady who's putting the dye in me goes, this is going to feel weird. I don't like needles, so I think that's going to be the feeling of it, like a needle, like a poke. And so she puts it in the blue dye. It feels like I'm peeing my pants.
no way.
I go, oh my God, I think I'm peeing my pants. And she goes, no. That's the feeling. I said, no, I
It's
think
just
I'm
running through your
I think
body.
I'm peeing my pants because it's warm and it
Right.
feels like you're
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
urinating.
Whoa.
And she goes, I promise you, you're not. And then I started to want to pee my pants to prove it wrong. That's just like the person in me that wants to,
Yeah.
but I didn't.
Told
But
you.
that blue dye made me feel like I was just letting it go. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but that's why the last time you guys came, we were going to do this. I had torn my freaking stomach lining.
Man,
I'm back.
sorry.
I'm like,
It just heals on its own?
yeah, a lot of the body does.
Yeah. Do you put like an antibiotic or something like that?
I took an antibiotic.
Okay.
Yeah. But I couldn't really get to it to like
Yeah.
rub anything
I mean,
on
how
it.
God.
did you tear it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Where'd you
No.
go? Tell me that. Because I need
I went to Vanderbilt for the blue injection, but I have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a doctor that, like my own doctor, but I go to different specialists for crap.
Yeah.
like literally crap.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
But they keep coming back with like nothing's wrong. It's stress. You have IBS. It's stress. But I
Wow.
think now we're learning it's the scar tissue. That's my new theory.
Yeah.
But then I start to worry like, is it cancer? And then
No, it's
I
most
do
likely
all
not
these
cancer.
Well, I just did all these screenings and
Right.
they're like, you're good.
But I think it's probably all of the above, other than the.
I just need to move to Tampa. You know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah.
sounds like you got messed up last night. That didn't help.
I did.
Yeah.
I ate something wrong.
Ate some hot shrimp
Shouldn't have
or
done
whatever.
it. I should have done it.
Okay, so you guys, LoCash on the road, got a ton of dates. You guys go to LoCash.com or at LoCash. Preston, Chris, good to see you guys.
Good to see you, bro.
too.
Congratulations on what has happened, but I'm really excited for what's to come.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, brother.
Good to see you guys.